Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. We're going to start doing AOT3 characters, deck profiles, just version 1s, with a little, maybe some sideboards, maybe not. First up is Mikasa, Hizuru's Hope. She's a 535, air and death, symbol, enhance, reveal weapon card. She gets X damage, X equals the revealed card's block mod. And sacrifice a foundation, draw 2 cards. So with this character, we do sacrifice our own foundations. So we are trying to figure out ways to supplement, not supplement, but kind of help alleviate that cost. We have some foundations that rebuild after we destroy. We're going to try to draw a lot of cards to replenish our foundation base. But yeah, so let's get into the deck. We have 22 attacks on the deck. We're starting off with, we want 22 attacks because we are a 5-hand sizer. We do draw 2 cards every enhance if we want, but we still want to see them when we naturally draw, so we're not spending our resources. So 4 copies of Sweeping Daggers. It's one of the best attacks in the game. 4 difficulty, 3 check, 5 mid 4, 1 mid block, Fury weapon, obviously. We get to remove an attack from our rival's discard pile. We gain all the abilities, keywords, keyword ratings, which is an insane attack. And then we can remove a copy with dagger or daggers in its name and burn a rival 1. We are a bit of a dagger theme deck in a way. We have three daggers. That's it. But they are very, very potent. We got Venom Fang Dagger, 4 difficulty, 3 check, 3 low 3, +2 low block response. After the attack deals damage, your next weapon attack gets +X damage. X equals the attack's damage. So with Mikasa, we get to pump the damage on this. The only issue is we got to learn how to hit. So we are probably going to end up changing a few foundations in the deck so we can gain some speed. This is probably what I would want to do. We are focusing right now on rebuying our foundations. After more games we get in, probably are going to want to figure out a way to push speed, but for right now, we're just going to try to overwhelm our opponent with all of our card draw. Blindside Slash, 4 difficulty, 3 check, 3 low, 3 high for 4, 1 low block, stun 1 weapon. It will always do damage. So we can front load this with Venom Fang Dagger damage, and then make this like a 3 high for 10, or a 3 high for an 11, and if they block it, then they will have to always answer it. We always deal 1, so we'll be able to get this card back at the beginning of our end phase. We discard a card from our hand, say we get rid of a foundation to pick up another attack for the following turn. We should have a plethora of cards in hand after drawing 2 on almost every attack. High Velocity Slice, 5 difficulty, 3 check, 2 high block, 4 high for 5, stun 1 breaker weapon. Gets us momentum if it's the only card in our card pool. Only attack on our card pool, excuse me. And then also Deadlock Blitz, +1 to our stun rating for each card in our momentum. So if our rival delves into Deadlock, this becomes a giant stun monster. 3 copies of Double Blade Spin, 4 difficulty, 3 check, 3 mid block, which kind of helps out Mikasa with 3 extra damage. 3 mid for 4, mill 3, add up to 1 weapon attack and 1 weapon foundation milled this way to our hand, and then Deadlock Blitz. It's kind of sad. We just force our rival to sack a foundation. This allows us some mid-turn draw without destroying our own foundations. I should say sacrifice our foundations, actually. But this allows us to get another attack and 1 weapon to fill our hand up. Gouging Needle, 4 difficulty, 3 check, 0 high block, 5 low for 4. It is a fast attack with powerful on it. It does wear damage very well, being a 5 low for 4. It could be a kill card in a pinch with powerful 3. And it's just an all-around good statted attack. Its block zone is one of the best in the game. Next up, we got 2 copies of Timely Counterattack. 3 difficulty, 3 check, 3 mid block, 2 low for 3, breaker 3, static if we have fewer foundations than our rival, which we normally will. We hit 1 and 1. Then if we have less health than our rival, this attack gets 1 and 1. So we may not hit that part, but we may make it a 3 low for 4 and then add more damage. It being a 3 difficulty attack, we can actually add this on to the end of our attack string and just be able to hit our opponent hard at the end of the string because they may not have enough cards in their hand or any defenses. Next up is 3 copies of Deception Dagger, 4 difficulty, I wish it was a 4 difficulty, 5 difficulty, 3 check, 2 high block, 2 mid for 5. Stun 2 weapon, enhance, remove 1 card in your rival's discard pile. We get speed equal to block mod. Excuse me. Enhance, momentum flip. This weapon attack gets stunned too. So this actually is the lead-in attack for the most part, unless we have a high velocity slice. This will soften up our opponent's stage. We are trying to push for a turn 2, turn 3 kill by blitzing our rival out. Not sure how well it's going to be being a 5-hander, because 5-hand size aggro usually isn't the best thing. But it's just like I said, I think she's going to be fun. I think she's a neat local style deck. She could maybe make a force in the meta if we find a way to speed up her attacks, right? Like play def maneuvers, but again, we're destroying our foundations, so why would we want to play a bunch of destroy foundations to get speed if we're destroying our foundations to draw cards? It's kind of, two strategies working against each other. 2 copies of Syndicate target, 0 low block. Fantastic. Botan's coaching for some much needed filter. Class membership. This is for if we're partial blocking, like say we block with some mid blocks and we don't have like the correct block zone. This saves us some health. Pushing the limits, we are destroying we are sacrificing our own foundations. This allows us to draw an extra card. So if we sacrifice a foundation with Mikasa, with Mikasa's ability, we flip to draw a card, then we draw 2, we draw 3 for a destroy. That's super huge value. Skilled swordsmanship, we do need some speed, so this allows us to give our printed difficulty 4 or less cards 2 speed. So sweeping daggers, venom fang, blindside, double blade, gouging needle, and timely will get the 2 speed. We save these towards the end of the string, so it's harder and harder for our rival to block. I am with you to get some much needed value when we destroy our sacrifice our foundations. Battle preparation. It is a remove cost, but this card's worth it. 2/4/3 mid-block weapon, so it's 3 damage with Mikasa. Response remove. Discard 1 card. After your attack deals damage, add 1 attack from difficulty 4 or less from your discard pile to your hand. So you can set up if you've kind of picked away at your opponent's defenses and you know you're going to be able to kill them. You can pick this up, discard a card, remove this, pick up. Discard 1 card, so it could be a foundation, to pick up like a Venom Fang dagger to add more damage onto your last move to make it completely fatal. Devastating loss, 2/5/3 low, sacrifice, destroy 1 rival asset or backup. This allows us to take care of pesky assets and or backups, because backups are a huge thing in the game. As much people don't want it to be, it's going to be Falling Titans, 9 Titans throughout the ages, or just big pain in the butts. Even Sean Gilmore is still a big pain in the butt. This allows us to have an answer with those. Plus it gives us some much needed asset hate. Questioning yourself, 2/5/2 mid weapon, so it's 2 damage with Mikasa. Response after you sacrifice this foundation, add it to your hand. So we don't lose any value because we can just replay this. And it has a kind of neat deadlock enhance where we get 1 speed on all our moves, which we need. We are destroying all, we should have less foundations than our rival, so Soul Motivation, 2/5/3 high block. Enhanced Commit, this deck gets -2 speed. So on a commit for -2 speed, not that great, but if we have fewer foundations than our rival, it gets -4. So commit for -4 is really, really good, especially since we're going to be trying to dig for things that get probably less foundations. We can also destroy on our rivals. We can also sacrifice with Mikasa on our rival's turn to get underneath theirs to get the 4 speed and draw cards. Moment of Normalcy, 2/5/3 high block, unique. Commit, return this attack to its printed speed or damage. It's a universal reset. It's going to be played in every deck for the most part. Weapon Clash, 2/5/3 high block. We get to destroy a face down with it for -2 damage, or we get to flip and build the top of our deck face down committed. So this will give us some much needed rebuilding resources. So on defense, we could flip this to bring 1 down to destroy it. To sacrifice it to draw 2 cards, or we can get that extra foundation for next turn where we can kind of ramp and go really hard. Same with the same vein of always cool. It allows us to ramp. It allows us to have some damage. I call it lock, where damage can be modified after it's played. It's a pretty decent low block at 2 low. It's not our keywords, but we do appreciate the 2-for-1 trade we can get out of this card. And now, this is Learning to Harden is one of those cards that gets to pay off if we sacrifice with Mikasa or like another ability. Learning to Harden 2/5, 2 mid block, enhanced commits, tech it's -2 speed, so some speed negation and or damage, and then death response, which Mikasa has. If this card's destroyed, draw a card. So we can destroy this to draw 3 with Mikasa, which is, sorry, we could sacrifice this with Mikasa, or if our rival destroys it somehow, we're able to draw a card after it leaves our stage for much needed value. And then we got 3 copies of Enormous Axe, 3/5, 1 mid. It's a weapon, gives us a +1 damage, but sometimes that's all you need. After we destroy it or sack it, we get to build the top card of our deck face down, which is great because it gives us some much needed replenishment in our stage to replace itself. Also enhanced commit. This attack gets X damage. X equals the number of face downs in our stage, max 4. So we could be destroying and replacing things with face downs, flipping. There are a bunch of flip costs. I do expect this to usually be at 4 early game, so we could just get more damage and more damage. The only issue is we gotta find a way to land, and I think that might be we might end up having to just play higher speed moves or more stun, and it's very hard to find more stun on the death symbol that doesn't require us to sacrifice a foundation for stun. But yeah, I think that's the one key that if someone can unlock Mikasa for, is by finding that avenue to if it's either a full stun package and then going in with the non-stun moves, or it's just faster speed, lower damage because we can get the damage from Mikasa. So there's a couple different ways you can go with it, or you can just play all weapon throws. If you can find all the weapon throws, which there are a couple, you can just play those and then deal bunches of damage, right? Going into the sideboard, we got 2 copies of Hero's Upbringing, 3/5, 2 mid block, enhanced destroy, sacrifice a foundation. After your rival plays the same ability on the same card or second or greater time, steal their character. Very great. Enhance, remove 1 copy of Hero's Upbringing. We discard policy all cards in both players' card pool and momentum. That one's not going to come in handy the most, but usually that response does. Got another copy of Devastating Loss for more backups and heavy asset decks. Dark Ward, 2/5, 3 low block. It's one of the best cards out of the Critical Role set. Response flip after your rival plays a responsibility on a card in their card pool. Cancel its effects. On block triggers like Breaker and Showdown, stuff like that. Lethal Slash's response comes into mind. Badgie, if they're trying to like really quick build some assets, cancels Badgie's R as well, so they don't get the ability right away. 2 copies of Mikasa defeats the female Titan in case we have nothing but, we need face a throw deck, or if we're playing like a heavy mono zone deck. This kinds of shores up our block zones. And 2 Desperate Struggle, 3/5 +4 mid block. Unfortunately, it's not a weapon. Get them on the next one. Response flip, reset this damage if it has received a damage bonus, and then the other side is flip. Rival gets a speed bonus. Returns burn speed. So, like I said, guys, this is pretty much a bare bones first draft Mikasa list. You could probably swap out Blindside Slash for like the Fatal Cleave card. I think that's super cool. The 4/4 that destroys some things. I just try to find ways to just chain attacks and just play some really good value moves. Sure, it may be a little pricey with the Sweeping Daggers and High Velocity Slice and the Deception Daggers, but I think you could probably find a mix and match with her. She's very versatile. You just got to find a way to land, and I think that's going to be her biggest issue, is finding ways to land. And and I don't know if she's going to be able to get there in the overall meta, but I think she's going to be fine for locals and like a local level event, like a not like a store championship, but like a scramble or like just a weekly local. I think she's definitely wearing some merit there and trying her out. So, all right, guys, this is the Mikasa deck. I'll leave the UVSUltra link in the description box below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, don't forget I stream on Mondays on Twitch on Brody One. We do just a normal Yap session, and then we do Take 10. And then Fridays we do the grind with the boys from Final Round. And then sometimes I stream in the middle of the week, depending on how I feel. So that's all I got for you. And until the next video, take care.